Yes, we draw the curtains down in the round of 32 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, but it seems the number of African teams is shrinking. And of course, after the group stages, we saw 9 out of 10 African countries making it to the round of 32, which was absolutely unprecedented. I mean, we saw a lot of people praising African football, African teams for making it quite that far. But unfortunately, since the round of 32 began, we've only seen one team that has progressed so far, and that is the Atlas Lions of Morocco. The Bafana of South Africa are out. The Elephants of Ivory Coast are out. I mean, the Teranga Lions of Senegal are out. I mean, the Leopards of DR Congo are out. And just this morning, we saw the Desert Foxes of Algeria are also out after losing 2-0 against the Switzerland team, courtesy Bril Mbolo and of course Dan Ndoye. Interestingly, the Sons of Africa destroyed the chances of Africa in that game. Bril Mbolo was born in Cameroon. Dan Ndoye was born to a Senegalese father, but they are both playing for the Switzerland national team. And those two guys scored that important goals that sent Switzerland through to the round of 16 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So now all hopes on the continent will be resting on 3 countries that are remaining so far. And all these countries will be entering today. Egypt will be playing against Australia in that cruel encounter. It's said to be a tough game for the Egyptians. I mean, this is going to be their first ever knockout stage game in the history of the World Cup. Mind you, the Egyptian team, since their first participation in 1934, has never gone beyond the group stages, 1990, 2018. This time around in a group with the likes of Belgium, the likes of New Zealand, and of course Iran. The Egyptian team was able to draw 1-1 against Belgium, had a 3-1 win against New Zealand before drawing 1-1 in the last group encounter against Iran. So that has helped the Egyptian team to progress beyond the group stages. Against Australia, it's never going to be an easy game. The Australian team is quite a good one. In a group with the likes of USA, Paraguay, and of course Turkey. The Australian team defeated Turkey by 2-0. I mean, an African-born Nestori Irakunda, who was born in Tanzania, scored on that occasion for the Australian team when they defeated Turkey by 2-0. Even though they lost by 2-0 against USA in the second group game, but they managed a goalless draw against Paraguay, and that was good enough to secure them 4 points and become second in their group to be part of the round of 32. So the Australian team is never going to be an easy task for Egyptians. They have some couple of good players. I mean, Irakunda, the likes of Sutar, the likes of Metcalf, who also scored in the first game against Turkey. All these guys are going to be around. But unfortunately, the likes of Jacob Italiano and of course, John Leckie are not likely to feature, which will quite inure to the advantage of the Egyptians. I hope Mohamed Salah recovers pretty well from his injury because he had a knock in the last game against Iran team. So I hope Mohamed Salah, of course, if he and the likes of Omar Mamouche, Imam Ashu, and then Mustafa Ziku step up, I think the Egyptian team should be able to beat the Australian team and carry out the hopes of Africa. I mean, Australia is not quite a giant side that have top players who can intimidate the referee. So I think the Egyptian team should be able to account for the Australian team and make it into the round of 16 so that we're going to increase the numbers of African teams in the next stage of the competition. For me, it will be quite appalling if the Egyptian team is not able to defeat Australia and be in the next stage of the competition at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Cape Verdean's team are facing a daunting task. I mean, to be among the debutants, even though they've done well. If you talk about the 4 debutants in this 2026 World Cup, the Cape Verdean team is the only team among the debutants that has progressed beyond the group stages. Uzbekistan is out, Curacao is out, Jordan is out, and who will have given the Cape Verdean, the Blue Sharks, a chance in a group with Spain, with Uruguay, and of course Saudi Arabia, to come second, and of course not lost a game among all the 3 games. It tells you that the Cape Verdean team, the Blue Sharks, under coach Bubista, has done a massive job in this 2026 FIFA World Cup. But to meet Argentina is quite a daunting task, quite a tough one. I mean, coming face to face with the little big man Lionel Messi, who keep on setting new records, becoming all-time top scorer in the World Cup. He scored 6 of the 8 goals that have been scored by Argentina so far in this World Cup. And of course, he started from the bench in the last group game in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And he came on, and of course, he had his name on the score sheet. Of course, Lionel Messi has been the one carrying the Argentine team along. And the last time the Argentine team lost in a knockout game in any competition was way back 2019. 2019 to now is almost around 7 years or so. So it tells you that the Argentine team are tough. They are really drilled side. I mean, top players. Lautaro Martinez is around. I mean, you talk about this Atletico Madrid striker who could probably be on his way to Barcelona. I mean, Julian Alvarez, deep in midfield, the likes of Alexis McAllister, Enzo Fernandez are all around. At the back line, the likes of Christian Romero, all the likes of Nicolas Tagliafico, Nahuel Molina, the likes of Martinez, Lisandro are all around. Nicolas Otamendi are all around. And of course, it probably promised to be a tough encounter for the Cape Verdeans. Like, the question is, how do they survive the Argentine firepower? That's the big question. Goalkeeper Vozina gave a brilliant performance, flash performance in the game against Spain when he made some couple of fine saves to keep the Cape Verdeans in the game. And of course, you saw Kevin Pina scoring in the game against Uruguay. The likes of Ramiro Montero gave brilliant performance. Ryan Mendes, of course. At the back line, the likes of you're going to see the likes of Jose Cabral at the back line also doing some massive job. Livramento, all eyes will be on him. Dylan Livramento, whether he can get the numbers or get a goal for the Cape Verdean team. To me, I see it quite a daunting task. I honestly don't see how the Cape Verdean team, the Blue Sharks, can survive the Argentine firepower. Even though I'm an African, I would wish the Cape Verdean team eliminate Argentina in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But it probably promised to be a different encounter on the part of the Cape Verdeans. The Black Stars of Ghana will also enter in a game against Colombia, of which the game will be coming on 1:30 a.m. GMT. That was getting to tomorrow, from Friday, getting to Saturday morning tomorrow. It's a big one. I mean, Colombia have been one of the sides that have massively done a good job. I mean, to be paired in a group with Portugal and of course to manage to top the group tells you that Coach Nestor Leronzo has done a massive job. I mean, the likes of Luis Diaz are all around. James Rodriguez, good old James Rodriguez is still around. Juan Quintero, I mean, Luis Suarez, the striker for Sporting Lisbon, is also one of the guys who has been doing a massive job for the Colombian team. At the back line, the likes of Davinson Sanchez, formerly of Tottenham Hotspur, who is now with Galatasaray in the Turkish Superliga. Juan Mojica of Villarreal at a point in time is still around. So the Colombian team is going to give a Black Stars a hell of a time. I'm asking the question, how is Coach Carlos Queiroz going to address his tactics with regards to knockout stage game like this? Because you can't just be on the back going a low block just to be allowing to the opponent to come at you. You also need to devise a strategy how you're going to attack. For me, I fancy having those flashy players with brilliance. I mean, those who are pacey, who are skillful on the ball. The likes of Abdul Fattah Isaku, the likes of Ernest Nyama, the likes of Augustin Boachi, someone like Christopher Bonsupa. We need to see some of these guys in this game because you need to take the game to the Colombians. Make sure that you exploit the spaces that is going to be available at the back line. The coach cannot just decide to be on a low block today because you can have ball progressors in the team because Augustin Boachi is a ball progressor. Christopher Bonsuba is another one. Abdul Fattah Isaku, Ernest Nyama. The Colombians, even though, are going to be very physical. The likes of Jefferson Lerma deep in midfield, formerly of Bournemouth, who is now with Crystal Palace, are all going to be very physical in midfield. It's a daunting task, very difficult one. But the Colombian side, they've only met an African side once in the knockout stage, and that was Cameroon in 1990. And of course, they failed to beat Cameroon when Cameroon defeated them and progressed to the quarterfinals of the 1990. Another African side becomes in the shape of the Black Stars of Ghana. Even though the Black Stars of Ghana have also never defeated a team from Southern America in the World Cup, Black Stars failed to beat Uruguay twice, 2010 and 2022, failed to beat Brazil in 2000. and that was what happened in Germany. Of course, we've seen also the Black Stars, failing in those games I've talked about when it comes to meeting a Southern American opposition, Uruguay, and of course, Brazil. But all these ties have been World Cup champions. Maybe that's probably the reason why you can talk about the fact that they were able to beat the Black Stars of Ghana. It's very hard, apart from Portugal, and of course, you can talk about USA. No team that has never won the World Cup has beaten the Black Stars of Ghana before. So it should probably ginger the Black Stars players, give us confidence to ensure that we carry high hopes, the hopes of Africans, to make sure we add up to the numbers alongside Morocco in terms of the round of 16. Personally, I'm confident that at least Egypt and Ghana should be able to secure the ticket to join Morocco and add up to the numbers of African teams in the round of 16 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This has been the podcast channel. Thank you.